throughout the pandemic, Humane Ohio had to pivot to continue to serve the community. So give me an idea of how the community can give back to Humane Ohio so that they can continue their mission of serving our community.
Absolutely. So being a nonprofit, we have definitely been hit by the pandemic. Big thing is donations. We run primarily on donations. We're a low-cost spay and neuter clinic. So we've also been hit by all those people getting kittens and puppies during the pandemic, as a quarantine buddy and needing to get them fixed. But some of our big in-person fundraising events really can't happen right now. Actually, in March of 2020, exactly a week before our biggest fundraiser of the year is when we got the notice that we had to close for the pandemic there. So had to stop operations, had to close. So that means that fundraising has looked very different since then. So typically we would do a big in-person event. There's a silent auction, dinner, a big production, if you will. So we've kind of had to tune it back, and we've been doing something really cool called $5 Fridays. So we took all of the items we would have used for our silent auction, and every Friday we get on Facebook, we do a Facebook Live. And anyone who donates $5 or more, their name goes into a drawing for those items. So it's been really fun. It's like a way you can see people, or they can see us without, it's safe, and we're still fundraising for Humane Ohio.
The pandemic has definitely changed the way people give. So how can people continue to give? And what are some of the main objectives that Humane Ohio is trying to achieve with this extra support?
Absolutely. So it's kind of changed the way that people do give. We used to see a lot of people, bringing in donations in person, especially at the start of the pandemic. That kind of dropped a little bit just because, people weren't going places, and we were limiting the people that came into the clinic here. So we've had a lot more people give online. We have a lot of people that have become regular, monthly donors, which is incredible. And then we do mailings, like they're called appeals, twice a year. And we did one just kind of how the pandemic has affected us here at the clinic. And the support has been unreal. And then on top of everything going on in the world with the pandemic, we actually moved into a new clinic back in November. So we were wrapping up a capital campaign that was $1.8 million we raised to move into this new clinic that I'm in right now.
Give me some examples of things people have done throughout the pandemic to support Humane Ohio's cause.
Absolutely. So we see a lot of great people out in the community that take care of the community cats. So feral cats out there, every neighborhood has them. We call them community cat, feral cats, stray cats, neighborhood cats, whatever you want to call them. And we have really seen, maybe it's because people are home a little bit more now, or for whatever the reason is, people are looking out for these cats and contacting us to try to get them spay or neutered so they're not reproducing and creating, more litters of kittens out there to be born on the street. So we've really seen that. And then kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum, we've seen a lot of people that have come up with some creative fundraisers for us. We actually have some people that are friends of Humane Ohio here, and they have a couple donkeys, and they take pictures of their donkeys, and they made a calendar and they sold it around the holidays, and all the proceeds went to benefit Humane Ohio. So just kind of unique. People have just been incredible with their support and just really understanding it at these challenging times.
What are some of the different ways people can benefit from Humane Ohio?
Absolutely. So like I said, we're a low-cost spay and neuter clinic. So we provide spay and neuter services, at a reduced cost, compared to a lot of the vet clinics. That being said, I said a lot of people, got animals over the pandemic, or maybe, they got that stimulus money and said, I've been wanting to get my dog or cat fixed, but I didn't have the funds. Now I'm going to do it. So we have just seen so many people contacting us to get their pets fixed, which means we're booked out quite a ways. So people, we can provide that service for them. There might be a little bit of a delay to get in, but that's one of the big things that we can provide. Another thing is just community support. So when people have questions about those community cats, or just even as a resource for the community, for dogs and cats, people can contact us. We're going to be able to help provide them, point them in the right direction. And then if anybody's looking to add a new furry family member, or, maybe a quarantine buddy or whatever, maybe one day we'll be out of quarantine a little bit more. We do have a cat and kitten adoption program. I would have had an adoptable with me here today, but I didn't have any very cooperative today. I had one this morning, and we were on WTOL this morning, and she jumped right off my shoulder and was like, "I'm done." So that's okay. That's where working with cats is a little different than dogs.
Oh no, that's for sure. That's for sure. I know very well.
They're kittens. You can kind of wrangle them a little bit better, but the dog or the adult cats are like, if they don't want it, they're not going to sit there and tolerate it.
They're not having it.
No, not so much. So people are looking to adopt. We've got a ton of adoptable friends, or maybe if people are interested in fostering, that is, it's something you get all the benefits of having a pet in your life, and we provide the food and resources for them. And then we you're a vital part on their journey to finding a forever home.
Laura Simmons-Wark of Humane Ohio, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.